coming at you live. It's Sunday Stories.
We have something in Sweden called Jante-lagen. Don't think you're special. It's more like a code of conduct. Swedes get very embarrassed and they apologize.
We got to look at ourselves. We have to look at who we are in society. How are we a part of the solution? Are we a part of the problem? How are we showing up to help our neighbors?
Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Stories with me, your host, Fahrim Shirinzade, where we cover ongoing headlines and meet interesting fucking guests. In this episode, my co-host is a well-known life coach. She's a certified business and money mindset coach working with female entrepreneurs. She's born in Sweden and raised in America. A legendary person with a special relationship to the Law of Jante. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Åsa J. Nelson. It's really great to have you here.
Thank you. It's excellent to be here.
Right, it's the first time I met you, and I told you before we got to the show that you have an awesome glow around you. It's just fire around you, you know. And we're talking that you said that you're in a good place right now, and you're feeling amazing. Can you explain why? How come?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm getting better and better every day. And people are like, really? You honestly feel that way? I'm like, yeah, I really do. And my life, I mean, I've gone omvägar, right? I mean, there's been different ways and different routes that I've gotten here. But today, as a 52, soon 53-year-old woman, I feel like I am walking on top of the world.
Wow.
And because I'm living my best life, right? So I'm in a career that I love. I'm in a marriage with a man that I absolutely love. And I have excellent friends. I have good health, thank God. My mom's got good health. My friends' family have good health. And I am one of the most grateful human beings you'll probably ever meet. I feel excellent. I came to Sweden for my love of Sweden. I always knew I would come back to my country. I've always considered Sweden to be my country. Even when I was living in America, I took a lot of pride in saying in America that I was Swedish.
Wow.
And interestingly enough, you know, I thought because I never really felt like I fit in, you and I talked about that before, about coming to a new country as a young person. Fitting in and how important that is as a child. And so I always felt, oh, well, the reason I don't fit in is because I'm Swedish. So I'm like, yeah, well, when I come back to Sweden, I'm going to fit in. And then I moved to Sweden, and then I'm like, okay, now everybody thinks I'm an American, and I can't fit in because now I'm an American. So I'm like, maybe there's a bigger lesson in my life that maybe I'm not supposed to be in crowd, and I'm supposed to be on the outside. And I mean, I really do believe that has something to do with who I am today and why I do the kind of work that I do today, too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the segment. That's what time it is.
God. Okay. I'm going to get this.
We will get back to the love story, and we will also get back to your coaching life.
Okay.
But let's just dig into the Would You Rather questions, and then we have another segment, and then we will dig into the other things.
Okay.
Great. Let's just start with the first question. Would you rather live in Florida or California?
California.
California love. Why California?
Not as hot. I'm not so big on extreme heats. Big bugs in Florida.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Florida's
gators
beautiful.
too, like alligators,
Florida's
right?
All kinds of critters. But,
Right.
I love Florida. Been to Florida a lot. Actually, my best friend who now lives in Sweden, he lived in Miami Beach for a long time. So I've been there, visited many times. Did you know that California is the same size as Sweden?
The entire country, Sweden?
Yes, the entire country of Sweden is the same size as California. I thought that was an interesting little tidbit.
That is crazy, yeah. I mean, now I'm learning. It's crazy.
So does that take one of my questions away?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I take that out of the true and false now?
Wow, that's huge. All right. Would you rather be Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Because of his money or because of his wisdom?
Wisdom. Don't care about the money.
Yeah. You know what I think?
Care more for what he stands for.
Right. Yeah, he does help a lot of organizations.
He and his wife both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's the people who have that kind of money. I love seeing them doing good things, helping a lot of people.
True.
Yeah.
My theory is that Mark Zuckerberg is an alien. Because he's such a he like his personality is such a like. Have you seen him talk to the Congress?
No.
I mean, he's like a robot. You know, he's just like
most people.
Yeah,
are.
like Bill Gates seems to have a heart.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's good. Would you rather be captured by a wild tribe in the jungle or be captured by pirates at the sea?
You say pirates or parrots?
Pirates, not parrots. That would be crazy.
Pirates at sea, for sure. Okay, so pirates at sea
or a tribe in the jungle.
Well, I would rather not be at sea. So I'm going to go with the tribe in the jungle.
Right, right.
And plus I'd be on land, which I'd like better than being on sea.
True.
The weather.
A lot of pluses.
Yeah,
A lot of pluses.
that's what I'm thinking.
Great. You're doing very good.
Thank you. I feel good.
All right. Would you rather be trapped in your bathroom or in your kitchen?
Oh my God, my
This
kitchen for sure.
Right?
Oh
Really?
my God, yes.
Wow.
I love food. Oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with food. And if I had to go to the bathroom, I could always use the sink.
That's true. That's very true.
I can shower. I can bathe in the sink. I could, yeah,
Right.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And-
no
and-
question, hands down.
This question, I took it from, I don't know what the name of the site, but they had some stats on like how many people does take the bathroom or the kitchen,
Yeah.
and 76% took the kitchen. So you're one of them. But the other
What am
ones
I
who
going
took
to eat in the bathroom?
right, maybe shit, I don't know.
Oh,
But
no thanks.
2 more to go. Would you rather have no one show up for your wedding or your funeral?
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I would say no one show up for my wedding.
Right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I can have more weddings. No, I'm kidding.
I hope your loved one is not listening.
I'm joking. No, I think that basically we didn't
Right.
have anybody at our wedding. A couple of people, which was perfect. I mean, I just wanted to have the preacher man.
Yeah.
But it was, the funeral, I think, says so much more about you. Right, for
Definitely.
people that come and show respect, because respect to me is huge, right? That we show respect to our elders and we show respect at appropriate times, and a funeral is definitely a time to show respect for somebody.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the best funeral, like the goodbye party for you?
Party. Oh my God.
Like
for,
how would
food, like a huge buffet of all
Right.
this delicious food and
Yeah.
crazy, like disco music,
Wow.
like beautiful,
Insane.
like fun, Gloria Gaynor, and oh my gosh, Shaka Khan.
Oh.
And, I mean, dance ahoy, right? Like everybody's dancing, everybody's having a great time and laughing and just telling like really funny stories about me. Because I mean, I have done so many crazy things in my life, like situations I have gotten myself into and out of are really, I'm an open book. So for me, I love hearing people tell stories about dumb shit that I've done.
That's
It
amazing.
just makes me laugh.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. But that's the thing. I mean, like we have always had funerals in a sad way.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it's,
oh, it's
yeah.
so morbid, it's so sad,
Right.
it's terrible. No, I consider it to be a celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told a couple of weeks ago, I told my wife that if I die, anytime soon, because like if that would happen, I would want to have do you know the song Ciao Bella Ciao?
No?
No, it's like a Italian song. Like it's a very like happy song, but they sing like Bella Ciao, like that.
Sounds nice.
And she's like, "Well, I can't force people to be happy." I'm like,
Yes, you
"Well,
can."
yes, you can, because I'm dead. I can't, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
be
Somebody's gonna have
right." But it's like in their mind that you can't be happy in a funeral, and I get it. It's
You gotta
hard,
set the
right?
expectation. That's
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I didn't know you were married, so nice.
I am divorced and married.
Just like me.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
But my marriage was like a month, so
Okay. So, well, mine was in 2 days. So.
2 days.
No.
Wow.
Okay. Great. Goodness, a month. Okay.
Yeah,
Good
it
to
was.
know. See,
Yeah, it
now
was,
I got more to talk to you about.
Last question. Would you rather age only from the neck up or only from the neck down?
I mean, really, my face, big deal. Aging, like, what do you mean by aging exactly?
Well, you
Like,
get
wrinkles,
wrinkly,
you
yeah,
get
yeah,
old,
exactly,
saggy, and God knows.
exactly. You can't move that much, maybe, but I don't know.
Well, if I can't move, I would rather than have from the neck up
Neck up,
aging,
right,
because
right.
I would much rather move my body, be able to move my body, my hands and my legs, and have a wrinkly old haggard-looking face.
That's true.
For sure.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You passed the true the would you rather
I
questions.
passed the true and false. Yes, you said it.
So the hardest one is about to come.
Oh God. All right.
Exactly.
Don't you try to psych me out. I don't think
What?
so. Don't threaten me with a good time. Come on, honey. Bring it. Okay.
All right. This applies for the country Poland.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh is banned from all playgrounds and children areas.
Pooh is banned. I mean,
Is-
do you mean like pictures of him?
Yeah,
Or
pictures and everything else is banned from playgrounds and children areas.
Okay, that sounds so freakish. I'm gonna have to say true.
Yeah, it is true. It's a tiny place in Poland, like a village. Not a village. It is a city, but they banned Winnie the Pooh because of his. Well, it's non-gender specific. Like he's not gender, and he doesn't have pants.
Okay, so
And
he's
this
a
is
little perv.
exactly
Pooh the perv.
Pooh the
Okay.
perv, which is weird.
Okay, that
Super
is,
weird.
Well, you know what? Listen, to each his own. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got that one right. I want you
You
to make
went,
sure that
yeah.
you know
I
that.
just noted
Yeah,
that in.
okay,
Okay,
good.
one point goes to you. Second question. Although it's difficult, you're able to start a fire by rapidly rubbing two Cool Ranch Doritos together for a long period of time. True or false?
Cool Ranch Doritos. You know, think about all the chemicals that are in a ranch Dorito.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say sure. True.
It is true. It is super hard, but it's true.
I'm doing so great. I'm killing it. All right.
So imagine you go into an island, you know, you don't bring anything, you just bring Doritos.
Two Doritos. How nasty. God, I do love me a Dorito. Don't get me wrong. Just like the Cool Ranch.
Right, exactly. All right.
Okay.
Wow, 2 points.
Thank you.
Wow. Third question. Singing in the shower lowers your cholesterol, heart rate, and risk of cancer and heart disease.
Okay, singing in the shower. The first one there is my only questionable one, but I'll say true
It's actually false.
because of that one.
Yeah, it
Shit!
is.
Should've
But
gone with my first
dark
answer.
chocolate does, though. But
Yes.
you already knew that,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
As a human's body grows larger, its number of bones gets smaller. True or false?
No.
No, as it's not true.
No, as in it's not true.
It's actually true. Fifth one. Coffee originated in Brazil.
Coffee originated in Brazil. I'm going to say false.
That is true. And the last question of the true or false.
Yes.
Bangalore is the Silicon Valley of India.
Bangalore is the Silicon Valley of India. Bangalore. I would say Bombay is instead, so I'm going to go with false.
That's actually true. It's the center. It's like just Silicon Valley. No, but it's it's crazy because India is really on the horizon coming to technology.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
like
God, I know that.
all the call centers, all the support centers. Like if you call Microsoft, for example, it's
Yeah.
very likely that your call would just directed to India.
Oh, I know. I used to work in call center management.
Oh,
so that
interesting.
well, we didn't have any call centers in India, but that was definitely where call centers were going even back then, and that was
Right.
in the 90s.
Wow, because of the price, right? Or
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Cheap.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they spoke perfectly. It was amazing. Like
Really?
they didn't actually know. Yeah.
Because like I wouldn't say all the time, but sometimes it's very hard to get what they're saying. Like we had a trip coming to our hometown in Baku, and the flight agency had to cancel that, and then you had to call them back to get
Okay.
the refund, right?
Yeah.
So first you have to be in the line like for 2 hours because of due to the Corona crisis, and then comes like this Indian accent that you have to spell your name, and he keeps saying different kind of letters, and you don't get if it's the right one.
Yeah. Well,
In the end, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Like,
yeah, that's me.
you say Mike? Yeah, that's Mike.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Yeah.
So
So do I get my money back?
exactly, I don't care about my name. I just want my money.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe the quality has maybe decreased because there has been such a
Right.
large increase in
Could
need
be
to go
true.
over
Yeah.
to India, which is unfortunate because I
Yeah.
honestly think that we should keep things in our own country, but
Right.
the cost can be prohibitive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Trump trying to do right now?
I do
Keeping
not
like,
speak of Trump. Trump, of which I do not speak. Yeah,
but
no.
it's crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, right. Keep everything back in America, which, that's great.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah,
That's
what's
the
happening.
only thing that he does right? Would you say?
I don't like to judge people.
But
I don't know him. I'm sure there's probably a lot of good things that the man is doing.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a political way of responding to that question.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm glad I live in Sweden. Let's put it that way.
That's great.
It's very hard when all of my family lives in America, but
Right.
yeah.
How are they doing right now?
You know, they're all over America. So in New York and Texas, Ohio, and they're all safe.
They are.
Thankfully, yeah. I mean, it is not good in New York. It's so many
can
people.
imagine.
So many people are sick. It's terrible. But my family is doing okay. I mean, they're at home.
Yeah.
They are locked up and working from home and doing the best they can.
Yeah. If you get sick in America, does the government pay for your treatment?
Yeah, there was something that I heard that if anybody did get sick and they had corona, that they were going to be taken care of.
Right.
Yeah. And I hope that is true because, I
Yeah.
mean, such a large percentage of people in America are not insured.
True.
So for them not to get the help when they really need it, that would be a huge shame. But I mean, as far as I understand it, yes, people are getting the help if they actually have to get surgery or they actually need like serious help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the numbers are climbing. It's specific for New York, right?
It's very high in New York.
Yeah.
There are, like California also.
Right.
But, you know, there's so many people, right?
Yeah,
We have to
it's
remember
crowded.
how many people live so close to each other. And culturally also, I think there's a lot of people who still, you know, even when you and I met, I'm like,
Yeah.
I wanted to come up and hug you. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, no hugs. And you're like, give me the elbow, got the elbows. Right. I mean, culturally, I I am a Swede, but as an American, I hug. I'm a hugger. And so that's,
Totally get you.
yeah. And so even now in New York or anywhere in America, people, if their culture dictates that they are kissing each other on the face or they're holding hands or whatever, I don't believe that there's a lot of people still stopping that, which that does not help. So it's
Crazy.
terrible. It's terrible
crazy.
across the world.
Yeah.
It really is. But
And-
I remain optimistic that this is going to hopefully end soon.
Of course. And the BBC News was saying, I think, yesterday they were showing some. It's not a fact because they're guessing, but they're saying that it could be true that we have some kind of vaccine in place in September. Some say that it's like late 2021.
Right.
But the poor people, you know, that's the ones that get it. They can't work from home, you know. They have to drive the taxi or they have to be in a restaurant or, you know.
Well, I mean, if it's open, right? Assuming
Exactly.
that those restaurants are even, I mean, there's nothing. There's so many places that nothing is open.
Yeah.
And people are still trying to, you know, you have to get creative. I mean, some people, I know I don't want to make it seem like everybody can find something creative to do. I mean, right now, we got to do whatever we can to survive. And there are many people across this world who have nothing, didn't have anything, and certainly now have more than nothing, but hopefully they still have hope.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with you.
And hopefully they have somebody to talk to virtually on a telephone or through a window or whatever so that they are not alone. Because that's the worst thing, I think.
Yeah.
Personally, that would be the hardest thing, I think, would be to be alone.
Definitely. And that's when you come in. How
And that's why they need me to live.
exactly. But how did you start your coaching career?
Well, oh my God, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
Well, I have worked in the corporate world my whole life. Yeah. Well, corporate world meaning that I've basically reported to somebody else, except for 11 years when I was selling homes. I was a real estate broker in North Carolina.
Wow.
For 11 years.
I
yeah.
must say I love $1 Million Listing, and I just I thought like this is America, like you could pretty much sell $6 million apartments.
Yeah. Well, that's New York City.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, well, there are there's a lot of very expensive real estate in America. Yeah. I worked in an area that was also pretty high rent.
Wow.
So I had my own business, and when I got rid of that business, I just decided to leave America. That's when I got rid of my real estate business, and I came to Sweden. So when I was here, like all these roles that I've had in my entire life, working in banking and working in real estate, they've always been like consultative, coaching type conversations.
Right.
When I had teams of people working with me, as a manager, you know, you had to have coaching conversations every single day to try to keep people calm and try to, you know, clients and employees. So it was a very natural thing for me. And my last job that I had, I was coaching employees, teachers, staff members, you know, how are they doing? What do you need? And the good thing about Sweden, I think, is that Sweden actually cares about their employees,
Definitely.
which is very different than many
Sometimes
places.
too much.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about too much, but I don't know if you can care about an employee too much as far as seeing them. And that was something I loved, was having that conversation as an HR person in the school and seeing how people, what they need and whatnot. And then I was going to be turning 50. And I was like, if I've got 50 years left, what do I want the rest of my life to look like? Because that was a very high stress environment. There was a lot of noise. There was a lot going on constantly. And my heart rate was up all the time. And I got psoriasis. I had never had a skin problem in my life. And I'm like, you know what? The writing is on the wall for me. And I have got to stop what I'm doing and take control of my life. So I'm like, what do I want to do? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a coach. And so I resigned from my job right before I turned 50 years old.
That's crazy.
Now, nearly 3 years ago. Yeah, it was a present for my lifelong present to myself because it was really showing myself the respect that I deserved. And I took my own place and I said, you know what? Yeah, my life, my choice. This is how I want it to look, and I'm going to create it. So I started.
Amazing.
Just like the plan of moving back to Sweden, you start with a plan. I had to do the reverse engineering. I mean, how is this going to work? What's this going to take? And
take the bull
bull
back.
by the horns.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, you had to.
Definitely.
I had to. I did. And so I started with an education, and I got educated as a certified life coach. And just now in January, I started, well, actually, that's not true. I just became certified in April as a business and money mindset coach. And I love it. I mean, it feels like I've put a new suit on. Like I had this outfit on my whole life that's kind of like zipped up over my head. And I'm like, okay, this suit doesn't fit me anymore. Like it feels like I'm like coming out of my skin. And so like little by little, I unzipped it from the top down to my feet. And now it's like I've pulled it off of me and it's like I'm flying.
That's freaking insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's like.
A lot of people don't have the balls to do that.
Oh, no.
Because they think, what's next, I will have to see what's next.
Well, yeah, if you can promise me or guarantee me where my life is going to go, then maybe I would consider doing that, but I'm going to evaluate it probably for another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. It's not me, and it's usually nowhere close to the person that I'm working with either, because I work with people that are ready to fly, that are ready to take off and know that something isn't settling right in them either. Yeah. Their outfit doesn't fit them anymore either, and they are ready to do something big and great for themselves. It's like, I'm going to be really successful. I want to earn a lot of money. I want to have a great husband. I want to have a great house. I want to have great clothes. All those things that mean absolutely nothing. True. Because at the source, at the bottom, the foundation, if you are miserable with who you are as a person, what's it all for?
That's true.
Who cares? That's just stuff. Those are just things that mean nothing. So I work pretty quickly to get in with a person to who they really are and what they really, really want for themselves. Because if they can see that and see how beautiful and magical their life is and can be by getting to their own truth, and that it's okay to be truthful. And that's why this conversation, it's so intimate. It's a very, it's one-on-one.
Must be emotional as hell.
Yeah, it's for me, it's so fantastic. I feel like I'm on fire, right? Like I'm so excited for them because you see it coming. You see it coming, like the aha, like in their eyes. You're like, wait a minute. Oh my God, I've never heard myself, right? Shit. I repeat. There's a lot of repeating. A coach repeats what you say. And I take notes constantly because I don't want to miss something my client says because I repeat it back to her. And I say, this is what you just said to me. No, it isn't. Yeah. You just said this. So I want you to take and understand the importance of your own words. And we don't understand what we say. I mean, the most important stories we tell ourselves are the ones that we tell in our heads. Yeah. So the self-deprecating thoughts, like, I'm so stupid. Oh my God, I am so dumb. Why did I do that? Right? All these little things that we say to ourselves, we keep bringing our own selves down constantly. We don't even need other people outside of ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves. It's terrible. And for my job, I consider it my honor to recognize those words in you and coming out of you so that you can change your I am statements to be something much more positive and proactive so that you can actually start recognizing how fabulous you really
exactly.
are. Yeah.
And we were also talking that, the difference between a coach and a therapist.
Yep.
Could you explain that part? Because for me, it sounds like going to therapy and, laying down on this couch.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to lay down on the couch if you want to sit and talk. It doesn't matter.
Right.
The difference between coaching and therapy is a coach really is looking at your life from today and forward. A therapist primarily is going back. They're looking back into your history. What has happened? Where have you been? What have you done? Tell me about your parents. Tell me about whatever. I mean, that a little teeny bit of that comes in when we talk about money mindset and the money blocks. But primarily, we're looking at, okay, tell me who you are.
Yeah.
Really, tell me, Fahrim, who are you today?
Right.
And are you who you want to be? And that it's a song. I don't even know if you remember that song. I don't even know who sings it, but
You should sing it probably.
are you who you want to be? This is your life.
Wow. No, I
Oh
don't,
my
but
God,
I'm going to
so
listen to
good.
it.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
Wow.
And
Good voice.
thanks.
Yeah.
People come and say, I want to have a better career. Okay, well, let's take a look at all
Yeah.
the pieces of your life. This is a very holistic approach that a coach typically doesn't only focus. Like you had a sports person on here. I mean, he doesn't just
Exactly.
talk about sports. You
No.
don't have someone just talking about performance. No way. We're looking at every single piece of you. And everybody does it in their own way, but my way of doing it is I get in as deep as I can, as quickly as I can, so we can get to the root, in how you want it to be, because that's up to you.
Definitely.
And I can help you get there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Depending what industry you're starting your business, sometimes it could be male dominated,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it gets so much harder. Like, sorry, like as a female entrepreneur, who would you talk to? You can't talk to your husband. I mean, they wouldn't get the business problems or challenges you have. So it would be pretty much maybe.
Well, honestly, I have never had a problem with men and working with men in business ever. Never. And I think that has to do with me as a person.
Right.
I have a pretty strong personality and I have pretty strong energy. And when I started this business in Sweden, this is where like my interest in the Jantelagen comes in, because there's unfortunately there's women here that feel that they shouldn't take any space. Like you don't have inte ska väl jag. No, oh my gosh, no, I shouldn't ask for business, or I don't feel right calling on that person, or I don't feel right just saying, hey, this is who I am, introducing yourself because I don't matter. That whole I don't matter thing doesn't sit well with me at all. And that's, it goes against everything that I stand for, because everyone is welcome at the table. In my opinion, everyone is deserving, everyone has rights. So I don't have a problem with discussing business with men ever. I like to discuss business with men. I don't necessarily get a ton of, I believe, honesty, like real, like, okay, so tell me, like, how much are you charging? What are you doing? So we can kind of get an idea, because I want to make sure that we're charging like equally, right? That's a huge thing for
Definitely,
me, like, because I don't necessarily base my prices on other people. Especially because I do a lot of business in the U.S., it may be considered to be different. But for women here, so undercharging. My God, the prices that they are willing to work for, it makes me sad.
Wow.
It makes me sad. It makes me want, I don't want to get angry, but it makes me want to help them to see their value and to really start increasing those prices and understanding how they can package things and how they can brand themselves and niche themselves also.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I love
That
it.
is super
It's
cool.
so cool. And I work with men too. I've had plenty of male clients that have their own businesses too, and that's been excellent. But I just have to focus on women right now.
What do we do to make the world a better place? What would you say? What do we have to do?
Well, honestly, I think it's a really good question. And what I have found, the older I have gotten, because I spent many years pointing fingers at everybody else, and that's how I have gotten to the point where I have come now. And what I recommend anybody, not the world, because the world makes it too big, it makes it too unrealistic, right? It's like, well, okay, they have to do that because, I mean, if they just do it, then I'll be fine.
Exactly.
We got to look at ourselves. We have to look at who we are in society. How are we a part of the solution? Are we a part of the problem? How are we showing up to help our neighbors? How are we showing up to, of course, help ourselves first? We have to help ourselves first so that we're strong enough to help others.
Absolutely.
And that, to me, is if every single person took the time to look at their own actions and reactions and maybe made a couple of pivots, maybe make some healthier choices or some different choices that they feel more in alignment with, like doing something good for the world, maybe recycling, right?
Exactly.
Just recycling, for example. I mean, I love the Swedish recycling system, and I know that has absolutely nothing to do with this topic, but I love it. Every single person that comes from America, I literally take them to the recycling station to show them because I think it's so fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it too.
It makes me happy. So if we all take ownership of ourselves instead of worrying about what everybody else is doing, I think that we could all be better off for that. We could all be well served for that.
Wow. Good said. Good said. Coming to the recycling part, and it's yeah. The thing is, like, if you talk to some people and you say that, why don't you recycle? They're like, yeah, but there's billion of Indians that don't recycle, or billion
else goes into the ocean. Okay. Well, do you hear what you just said?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Awful. I can't even see that on television. I have a very hard time watching television anyway, because I'm extremely affected by negative violence, all that. I'm an empath, so that doesn't work for me.
Right.
So that's, I got to do my part.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very good said. Well, also, thank you a lot. Thank you a lot for this
so
amazing.
Fun. This is my first experience on a podcast. I like it. You'll have to have me back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll get better.
And next time I will get some sweets.
Give me some chips and dip.
Right, Doritos.
Yeah, no,
not Doritos? Not the cool ones?
Not the cool
Okay.
ranch. No.
I will get you some sweet, like Swedish chips.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Good.
Perfect.
I like that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Fun.
And thank you guys for listening to this amazing episode with Åsa. And I'll see you in the next episode.